Hey guys, welcome back to our assisted channel, and today we are going to learn about latitudes and longitudes. Okay, let's move on. Let's learn about our latitudes and longitudes. Okay, so guys, uh, introducing about me, my name is Sindra, and today we are going to discuss social science topic latitudes and longitudes for 7th grade. Okay, let's move. So this is a video, right? So we are going to have like we are going to have a live class at 6 p.m. You can also join the live class, okay? 6 p.m. to only half an hour, 6:30, okay? So coming to our first one, I'm not giving any quiz right now. So about the globe, what is the globe? The word globe most generally refers to a sphere like a ball. Most generally refers to a sphere like a ball, like a shape or an object, okay, like a shape or an object which is a sphere. In this way it will be 3D, okay. So the model globe of the earth is known as the terrestrial globe. So remember, because you are going to have a live quiz at 6 p.m. to 6:30, okay, like um on our Menti and 6 p.m. to 6:30. Only half an hour you are going to have. Again, I'm going to explain, and also you're going to have live quiz. Okay. Now I'm going to explain roughly, but at that time I'm going to explain some of the brief and some briefly I'm going to explain that time. So latitude is a measurement on a globe or a map location north or south. So it's a type of measurement, okay, like lines. There are a type of lines. It's a measurement of lines. So these are imaginary line running through on the globe divides the earth into two hemispheres. So when our globe is like when our earth is there, when the line runs from here to here, here to here, there is a line, there is a one line, there is only one line which will divide two hemispheres, which is north hemisphere and southern hemisphere. The line is called the equator. So we have the one line, right? So what is the name specially given to that latitude? Equator. Okay. So all the parallel circles, these are all our circles. See, these are all our latitudes, which are parallel circles from the equator up to the poles. From the equator to the poles are all called as parallels of latitudes. Means parallels. Okay, these are all called as parallels. Okay. So coming to our next one, facts about lines of latitude. So there are some facts about these latitudes. So let us see the facts. So these are known as parallels, and they run to east to west. See, this is our east direction and this is our west direction, and they run in this way, okay. And also they measure the distance north or south. They measure the distance north or the south, okay, from the equator. Equator say they measure the distance from north or south. So they are parallel to one another and never meet. They never meet, right? So they go from here to here and these go from here. But they again circle and again they come from here. But these two lines or any two of these latitudes or any two of these parallels meets? No, they never meet. Okay? So they cross the prime meridian. So what is a prime meridian? A prime meridian is a line which makes this earth into eastern and western hemispheres. Okay, it's a longitude. Okay, let's learn about that in the next topic. So they lie in planes that cross the earth's axis. So these are planes which, like, I'll draw our earth's axis with the ink color black. Okay, so this is our Earth's axis. This will be cross. We know that, right? So they also cross the Earth's axis, and They also cross our Earth's axis, right? Yeah, they actually cross our Earth's axis in right angles, and they get shorter towards the poles. When they come near the poles, like the circle, the ring of that will be too small, but they come to the equator, it will be so big. So that's why the equator is called the longest and the great circle, or also they call ring. See, these are all rings of our circle, right? Okay, let's move on to our next slide. So important of latitudes. So here we have important latitudes and some zones. So we have our latitudes, right? So these, we have many latitudes which we saw, but there are some latitudes which are very important to our Earth. Okay, so first of all we have frigid zone. Here first we need to learn about poles. How many poles we have? We have two poles, guys. We have only two poles, which is North Pole, and which is here we have South Pole. So here we have frigid zone, which is 66.5 degrees north. Why north? Why north? Because it lies at the north, right? It lies at the north, so it's 66.5 degrees north. And then we have our Arctic Circle, which is in the north, and we have north temperature zone, because so we have two temperature zones. One will be in north and one will be in south, right? So that's why they gave north temperature zone and south temperature zone, right? And then we have Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degrees north, which is Cancer. Every time it will lie in the Tropic of Cancer. And then we have Torrid zone and then equator. Then we have Tropic of Capricorn, which is 23.5 degrees south. Okay, so remember, Tropic of Capricorn will lie in the south and Tropic of Cancer will lie in the north, and they have 23.5 degrees only. Okay, and then we have Antarctic Circle, which is at the south, and Arctic, which is at the north. And also then we have frigid zone again, which is 66.5 degrees south, because this frigid zone, one of that frigid zone in south and one in north. So that's why they gave the degrees also, they added some of the north and south, right? So this one we have many books also, you can just read them. So now let's move on to our next one. So now let us learn about the latitude, the longitudes. Okay, now let us learn about longitudes. So the longitudes, right? So a longitude, same definition. Okay, a longitude is a measurement of location which the north or south and east or west from the prime meridian at the Greenwich. So here we have you can try, and it's just not take. We take. So here we have our 180 degrees, which is a prime meridian, and where these lines also cross. So here we have our latitudes and here we have our longitudes, and also we have east side some of the longitudes, and we have some west side some of the longitudes, right? So coming here, they measure all these longitudes measure in degrees, they measure in minutes, they measure in the seconds, so that we got our time limit. So we got, how much we got our time? 1 hour, like 1 hour 30 minutes up to now. Like, think about that, 4 seconds. So how we got this time? This time has been invented or by the help of longitudes only. Okay, by the help of these longitudes, which are called as meridians. Like how our latitudes are called as parallels, these are called as meridians. So by these meridians only we have got our time. Coming to the next, longitude. So longitude is measured in 180 degrees. It is measured in 180 degrees, both east and west of the prime meridian. Okay, coming to the next, we have learned facts of our latitude. So now let us learn facts about our longitudes. So these are known as meridians, which I told you, and they run north to south. Here are north and this is our south. They run from here to here, right? And then they measure distance east or west. So they measure the distance east or west, right? From the prime meridian from our PM only they measure the east or west directions, and they're farthest apart the equator. See the distance from here. This is our equator, right? See the distance here to here, and see the distance here to here. Then move more here. So here near the equator they're so far, but see near the poles they just meet only, right? And then they cross the equator. So these guys cross the equator, like longitudes cross the latitudes in the direction north to south, but these latitudes cross the longitudes in the direction east to west, right? So they lie in planes that pass to the Earth's axis. So our Earth's axis, where is our Earth's axis? In this way, right? Yeah, our Earth's axis, which is so like not this much cross, some, okay. So they line planes which pass through the Earth's axis and they're equal in length. So all the longitudes will be equal in length if you just check the length, and they're halves of the great circle. What is a great circle? Circles, which are these. I told you rings, right? Which are latitudes, right? So they're half of these. Okay. Coming to the next, now here we have verses. Okay. So equator versus prime meridian. Okay. Which color I need to take now? Let us take a red color. So versus, right? I'm taking maroon. So equator, and here we have a prime meridian. So equator is the line circling the earth midway. It will circle the earth midway between the north and south. Between the north and south. But what is a prime meridian? Prime meridian is a line that runs through Greenwich. Not only Greenwich, we have England. Remember this because we are going to have. I'm just giving a clue. Remember these para, which is going to have a quiz at 6 p.m. Okay, today at 6 p.m. And we have our equator is at 0 degrees. So 6 p.m. I can also tell us 18, right? 18 p.m. to 18:30. Okay. And now we have our prime meridian. We have a prime meridian which is also 0 degrees, but it's a longitude. Equator which is at 0 degrees latitude, but prime meridian is at 0 degrees longitude, right? So it divides the earth into southern and northern hemispheres. So we have our earth, right? Let's draw. We have our earth, right? So when the equator comes, it will divide the earth into northern and southern hemispheres. But coming to our prime meridian, which is in this way, it will divide into eastern and western hemispheres. Okay, which will divide into eastern and western hemispheres. Okay, this is our equator and this is our prime meridian PM, which is our prime meridian. Okay. It's telling us it's a quiz time. Okay, it's telling it's a quiz time, but not quiz right now. I told you, right? Not now. Okay. Okay, let's go into this slide. Oh, so after today's 6 p.m. is going to be done, right? So next class we are going to have about polygons with quiz on Menti, and ID in PASSCODE I gave it 719800140 in PASSCODE 128756. Okay, this will be tomorrow 17/6/2021, and today we are going to have latitudes and longitudes quiz on Menti. It's 6 to 6:30 only, and tomorrow also 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. not morning, it's evening. Okay, thank you. Bye. See you in the next today's class and also today's class. Okay, so like, share, subscribe our channel, also press the bell icon. Okay, bye bye. See you in our today's class. Okay.